Hello, Melodies, any Melodies at here for. Let me say, Nancy Melodies are. I know who say, what Akufo Addo bibi na bi a o support ne kakra bi a ombo. Yes. Maybe can about Akufo Addo nsɛm a yɛsɛ Germany Akufo Addo ɛkasa against Russia for yi. Maka 2 times nyina Melodies mbɔ. Na matie yɛnua baako audio a ɔka about non-aligned movement. Sɛ Nana Akufo Addo wakɔ wa ami watie saa mmara no. Ɛna mepɛ sɛ meka ho asɛm. Ɛnua yi Nana Addo ontie saa mmara no. Meme no wo ho me obi a me no ɛbɔ bro sisi a na sɛ oni me nua kurampo nya ntɔkwa na me nua no ne kɔse ntɔkwa na me wɔ hɔ a me nua no ma ne yɛ na adwen sɛ ɛnam sɛ me no wɔ akɔmenti no ɔbɛka sɛ me yɛ witness mɛka bi ama bia bi masa I will support you mɛka kyerɛ police wɔn sɛ me nua no ne yɛ hɔ saa na meteɛ Nana Addo wa mese up kana economy. Yes, because me a baby a me way me send this coffee me so I feel the pains. The because I has no so chen Ghana there.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
You can't be near the attorney mobile. Nana Addo is the worst president so far in Ghana. But a bad Russians and same way more. No, I support Nana Addo 100%. Non-aligned movement, I'm more canon. Nana Addo on call against non-aligned movement law here. Non-aligned movement, number one, or more DNA, say superpowers, me another superpowers, kwa. Any superpowers me one France, France, Russia, UK, China, USA. These 5 UAE any superpowers. Now, and I must say the Indian kind of sumo no more that is colonialism no. Omuko wura mu a no a omanya omo independent no omo mpeso omo san ko hye sound of one and they form this movement say the omo be boa countries are also fighting for omo independence no so again omo freedom every colonial masters no and they form it in Belgrade, that is Serbia 1961 and omo form you know Serbia leader back near friend Bros Tito, Egypt, Gamal Nasser, Mamboni Dini Yamu Fancheme, Oba Ghana Kwame Nkrumah, Oko Indonesia, your friend Sakomo, and just few to mention. Malaysia can see the enemy about on the Kayam. Now the headquarters of non-aligned movement ewo Indonesia, Jakarta, the central town of Jakarta. 1961 in Omofomoye. To help countries to gain their freedom from the superpowers.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
And the question is, why is Ukraine fighting? They are fighting to gain their freedom from one superpower. The reason why the non-alliance movement formed. Ukraine is fighting to gain their freedom from Russia. Because almost Russia say. And Ghana is among the non-alliance movement. And the reason for the non-aligned movement is to help the smallest country to gain their freedom from the superpowers. So Nana Akufo Addo eko kaseti Russia. Watie mrana. Debi watie mrana. The reason why a non-aligned movement formed is to help the other countries to gain their freedom from the rule of the superpowers. Now, Oshe Ukraine, even though more at your but Russia, almost so and the president will say, or 10 of them, if Russia for economy dependence, everything, military dependence, everything, if Russia for a tap or more penny, it will go also. And then the reason why non-alliance movement formed was to help these countries to gain their independence. Any country who is fighting for her independence, the non-alliance countries are there to help. And today, Akufo Addo ayɛ wɔte amrama. Number 2, most non-alliance countries, superpowers near the more obia fana non to. Yes, that is it. It is true. But the question I want to ask you is, which of the superpowers are fighting each other? None of them are fighting.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
None of them are fighting against each other. America is not fighting against Russia. Russia is not fighting against America. British is not fighting against, like, 5 superpowers, None of them have a war with each other. We have the difference between direct confrontation and then proxy war. Won't tell me. We have the difference between direct confrontation, direct war, and then proxy war. Proxy war is not a direct confrontation. Direct confrontation, baby, I'm over condemn Nana Akufo Addo. Yes, America, any Russia, and yes, see any. And Obia and Mr. said the day of Russia and America and the superpowers in the BDBC, and it means we are saying that will be the end of the world, because they are Sebaku who said, oh, Lusua, he will use the nuclear bombs, and then it will turn into a nuclear war, which means the destruction of the world. So each of them are trying to avoid nuclear war. And the only thing they use is proxy war. So America, any Krobi Kwa, what Russia do is they provide Saikunu with weapons to fight against America. They will not go direct. So that type of war, that type of help now, or help the other country to fight against America, it is called proxy war. And America will see Russia as their
Melodies
enemy, but it
TV
is
on
not
YouTube.
a direct confrontation. And what America is doing now is they are fighting proxy war. They are providing Ukraine for Ukraine to do what? To fight against Russia. And it is not against the law of non-alliance movement. Say almost supported America against Russia. They are rather using their rules, their law, that they will help the smaller country to gain their freedom. They are rather using it against Russia. Anything was Malaysia for it is true. Malaysia voted against Russia. So do you want to tell me that Malaysia doesn't know their left and right about the non-alliance movement? Omu left and right. Omu non-alliance movement. Omu Omu voted against Russia. Indonesia, and Omu form a non-alliance movement. Omu to vote against Russia. Do you want to tell me that Indonesia doesn't know their left and right? Benin, non-alliance movement. They voted against Russia. 28 African countries voted against Russia. Do you want to see that those 28 countries, no, you can't assume America 27, they don't know their left and right about them. Those countries are more non-alliance movement, no, or minimum left and right. They know. Omunim say it is not a direct confrontation between the superpowers. And to the non-alliance movement, no colonial master, no a great power to intimidate smaller countries. And their work is to help the smallest country to gain their independence. That is why they voted against Russia. That is the reason why they voted Malaysia, Indonesia, Egypt is amount the non-alliance movement. Countries are offering, and then they voted against Russia. So idea Russia, any superpowers, these superpowers, and air couldn't deal with a boot to boot, direct confrontation, a true pipe, and an Akufo Addo, air supported America, or ho, and a Becca say, what here non-alliance movement on Emra. But Ukraine, and Russia, and Russia force now betrogu Ukraine force. And the reason why they say they are not superpowers able to go yes so slavery time and answer me fan say or more a years so I fighting for independence and I say no, Ukraine also deserve to gain their independence. And you people have to know the difference between direct confrontation between 2 superpowers or 3 superpowers or 4 superpowers or 5 superpowers and proxy war. And sana moti nyakasa. And the Mupache said Jerry John Rawlings no only left and right. No only say Ghana can non-alliance movement. US to go Iraq as no. Jerry John Rawlings condemn US. The Mupache say Jerry John Rawlings, our former president, our Papa J, may his soul rest in peace. No only left and right. He condemned America for attacking Iraq because non-alliance movement, no work, no superpower should do what? To intimidate smallest countries. They should allow the smallest countries to gain their freedom. Jerry John Rawlings, the former president, or can some future Donald Trump, 2017. Donald Trump, Moko Bombay, Syria. Jerry John Rawlings condemned Donald Trump. Can some future said Donald Trump acted viciously and cowardly. The Mupache said, yeah, Papa Jino, or also born our own the meaning of the non-alliance movement. I wouldn't know Akutum. Because Syria is a smaller country. And the meaning of the reason why they formed the non-alliance movement is to help the smallest country to gain their freedom. And no superpower should intimidate any smaller country. And Donald Trump intimidated Syria. So the non-alliance movement have the right to condemn him. And then I hear Africa for say you can't obia, you can't and cocoa in now cocoa crumble for with you no time about trouble. We knew that Nana Akufo Addo has messed up our economies. Yeah, to console your abrochino. I mean, we sika ye money you know, a do fear ye bread. Cafe see a crampo open money sika, Eddie Murphy. Fear near catch us, see an enema boy at eating, sika no crampo shop. And I catch them say, the only fault a year for anything. Nana Akufo Addo, yeah, oko report Burkina Faso for at the Mayan, and then a friend said, you will fear yourself. A Burkina Faso for a fee. Now, your movement, I mean, the reason is to support the smallest country to gain their freedom and to condemn the superpowers for intimidating the smallest country. Not me condemn it according to our law, must mean me fears. Then why is the non-aligned movement formed? Malaysia condemned Russia. Omoka non-alliance movement. No. Over Africa, Benin condemned Russia. Benin can. Egypt condemned Russia. Egypt can. Non-alliance movement. No. Indonesia condemned Russia. Indonesia can non-alliance movement. No. They also voted against Russia. The Omoka non-alliance movement. No. That is the reason why the meaning of the non-alliance movement. No. And it not vote against Russia. No. Because Russia is intimidating a smaller country. Because time now, colonial masters, intimidating, and they are fighting for our freedom. And a smaller country like Ukraine, a weaker country like Ukraine, is also fighting for his independence. So the non-alliance movement have to help Ukraine gain their independence. Mali, Omoka non-alliance movement, one has Omoka. Mopa is a Mali president, Wabwana. And so he voted in favor of Russia, or voting by Russia, supporting Russia. Obia intimi anka say, and only the lame, only the fiasem. He voted for Russia. He voted for Russia. 2003, our Papa, Kofi Annan, may he so rest in peace. Menayana made the history, Nayana made able. Kofi Annan of Ghana. Ghana could not again non-alliance movement. No. He condemned U.S. for attacking what? Iraq. He condemned U.S. for attacking Iraq. And then maybe who the reason why a non-alliance movement formed. It is not a great confrontation between Russia and U.S. Argentina, your friend is saying, Papa Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Echo Honai for peace, non-alliance movement, and yes, no support Russia for, no support Russia, that time near war. But Argentina occur. Normal form non-alliance movement, no. Argentina occur for peace. Non-alliance movement, no. And a committee here to help Vietnam to gain their independence from the intimidation of the what? U.S. U.S. for echo boy southern Vietnam against the northern Vietnamese. And yes, Emma peace and black the whole Vietnam. When Vietnam for freedom to rule their whole country, the way our own person ruling. And the no patches of Kwame Nkrumah no abona. order ne Hokoshi Mwana. But when you go into the war, Vietnam War, no, Russia, no more soldiers were training Vietnam for soldiers against US. But Kwame Nkrumah did not go there to help the Russians. Okoye, what the non-alliance movement member and the Okoye to help the Vietnamese to gain their independence. That is the work of the what? The non-alliance movement. Kwame Nkrumah, we try and go so say, or Russia for side. Now Russia fought a proxy war against US. Or man called direct fight. Or Vietnam War, no, and yet direct fight. Our soldiers could go against US. But they were having almost trained Vietnamese soldiers for no. It's not the weapons, Vietnamese, Northern Vietnamese for the form of Vietcong to fight against the US. They were fighting a proxy war. So Kwame Nkrumah was against US for attacking Vietnamese. They should allow Vietnam to be united. What I say, united and gain freedom and choosing the way of making a ruling. That was the work of the non-alliance movement. And Kwame Nkrumah to move purchase the Kwame Nkrumah no abona, no support Russia, no support Russia now. And never be a honor, I say, I manase. And Ghana vote against Russia. And then Ghana president Ghana Ekasetia Russia. Most of the non-alliance movement voted against Russia. They condemn Russia. And that is their work. Non-alliance movement work to help the smaller country or the weaker country to gain their independence. That is the right way. That is the work of the non-alliance movement. Ukraine must be free. They have to gain their freedom. As the way we also fought and got our freedom from the British. It is and no one should blame Akufo Addo for condemning Russia. Ukraine must be free. Ukraine have to gain their freedom. And that is the job of the non-alliance movement. That is why the non-alliance movement, most of the country, voted against Russia. It is not only Ghana. That is why I told you the founders of the non-alliance movement, Tito, Joseph Broz Tito of Zambia, Gamal Nasser of Egypt, Sabian Amini of Egypt, one of the founders, they voted against Russia. Malaysia voted against Russia. They are among the non-alliance. Indonesia voted against Russia. They are among the non-alliance. 28 countries in Africa voted against Russia. They are among the non-alliance. Most of them are among the non-alliance. They know their left and right. They know their left and right to help the smaller country or the weakest country to gain their independence. And Russia, and they are helping Ukraine to gain their independence. They are condemning Russia for Ukraine to gain their independence. Now, let us go to South Africa. South Africa can direct. They are what? Beside Russia. In the Munimu chain or Moana. Emma Nancy or Muma Russia for the Navy ship or exercise. Munimu chain South Africa. Into Munimu left and right. Because Omuna will say any direct fight between US and Russia. A direct fight between US and Russia and South Africa for informal too. And because they or more supported Russia. Both of them are fighting for the war. The direct fight, confrontation is between Russia and Ukraine. And America and the other countries are fighting for the war. not a direct war. A direct war and a non-aligned movement, no informal no to only settle for peace. But this is not a direct fight, not a direct confrontation between two major powers. To me, the Mema Sema Remeka, no, Bye bye.